We in the building. Let me see. Oh, that's where we at right there. Man, what's good? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can y'all hear me real good? Can y'all hear me clear? I hear it in the thing. That mic loud, ain't it? We good? All right. I told y'all I was gonna upgrade right before the draft, y'all. Last year. So we seeing good. Hopefully y'all hearing me good. Hopefully I don't hear no staticky in the mic. Is the mic staticky? Let me see. Yeah, we should be good. We roll with it. We good? All right, we good, man. Let's go ahead and give our feature presentation, man. For those of y'all who don't know, this is chopping it up with 2 times. Do me a favor, hit that like button for some content, for some ordinary content, for some content that always goes against the grain. But hey, we do our absolute best to present you facts. But I wanted to go ahead and knock out these tight ends. I wanted to let you guys know about these tight ends. And then after the tight ends, as I mentioned before, if y'all got a couple players that I need to look at, I will look at them. But we here. I said that last year. I said we're going to look at more players than we did last year. And that's exactly what we did. So, nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. The first, let me go ahead and take a quick sip real quick. Well, I've been dehydrated like I'm up. But first things first, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. So Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State, 6'4", 245. So about Ben Sinnott was this one thing I didn't like. What's going on, Lo? What's going on? So one thing I didn't like about Ben Sinnott was that I'll make sure I wasn't tripping. All right, there you go. But yeah, we back. But Missouri got some good corners. Well, at least one good corner, and that's Rakestraw. But I believe he got what's his name? Abrams or something like that. He got pressed by the other corner. I didn't like that. But so when we start looking at tight ends, we're not looking at the Jason Wittens of the bunch. We're not looking at the old school Jerry Mishakis. Even though they could have modern day tight ends, man, damn near wide receivers like Darren Waller's, Kelsey's, right? Somebody that could stretch the field and really be a threat, right? What's the Kincaid? That's how we looking at, right? And most definitely, he's not your modern day tight end. He can't get off the line at the wide receiver. He's lacking a burst. He needs to be an inline or H, no acceleration, as mentioned before. He does like to run that stick nine route in the red zone. Short to intermediate pass catcher. Struggled with body control. He's a willing blocker. He's just slow. And what I mean by slow too, especially when it comes down to getting into the blocks, this is what I mean. So let me see. It goes to show you like some of these guards and tackles because I'm looking at it somebody like this is my thing too. Back in the day, I don't know if they do it now, but on certain things, especially run, when it was run period, the tight ends will come with the offensive line and bang with us. right? And I don't know if they're doing that now, but if they're not, they need to get back to it because what we seeing today is just a tragedy, right? Everybody want to work on pass catching. Man, that's not gonna get it done. Everybody want to work on pass catching, but not being complete tight ends. And one thing I seen with this tight end class as a whole, it was atrocious when it came down to run blocking. I didn't like it. He's a step slow on his down blocks, and he gonna have to execute. They're taking inside releases, and they're quick. And if you can't go ahead and step with your correct foot and step quick enough for the down block, then there's gonna be a whole lot of barbecue chicken going on around here. But to me, he's just a third tight end. Struggles, like I said, struggles with space blocking, has solid hands, but he doesn't have a high, and he gets stood up in the run game for being too high. So yeah, he need to do some work. Next player, Cade Stover, 6'4", 251, Ohio State. Not a physical blocker, more of a positional wall-off type of blocker. Doesn't have the quickness to make a down block. Once again, the same situation that we had with what's his name? Let me see. Battery. Oh, shoot. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me get my battery correct. Hold up. Give me a second. Gotta get my battery right, y'all. Didn't want that thing to die. I ain't been on camera for so long. I'm out here slipping. I'm out here slipping. All right, there we go. We good. Yeah, I ain't been on camera so long, man. I gotta excuse me. Excuse the unprofessionalism. Yeah, man, I should have been had this down. But yeah, we good. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, man. Excuse the unprofessionalism. But Cade Stover, as I mentioned before, just a wall-off blocker. Doesn't have the quickness to make the down block. A lot of run blocking for him versus Penn State. Doesn't really stay on his blocks the way that I would like him to. I did find out in watching the tape that he transitioned from linebacker to tight end. So he's relatively new to the position, which, as I looked at it from a different lens, gave me some encouraging. I looked at like he got some potential, right? Because he lined up at Y and line H. I believe, though, even though he transitioned, he was still underutilized as a pass catcher. I did see some good things from him receiving. He's a nice target at the seams. He got potential, but I didn't see too much in the games that I watched. I didn't see too much of him being a receiving threat. So on to the next one. Jatavion Sanders from Texas, 6'4", 243. He's a vertical threat, moves well for a tight end, 3-level tight end. Good lateral quickness. Soft-ass blocker, though. Soft-ass blocker. He gets separation, mismatch for linebackers. Good hands, makes catches in traffic, good route runner in line, and see them out wide. He does. I put, man, he need to stop being a soft ass blocker. Like there were some times where it was ridiculous. Like man, like get some heart, man. You're like you 6'4", 243. Bang with them defensive ends. Like everything ain't about at that tight end position looking pretty and catching the ball, catching touchdowns. Man, nah. If we want to go ahead and win championships, I need my tight ends to at least be a willing blocker. And he's probably one of the softest blockers that I've seen at the tight end position. But it's got some talent as a pass catcher. That's for damn sure. He missed a big block versus Bama. He got some good speed, and that run after the catch is solid. I've seen him also catch quite a bit some tight end screens. All right, the next one is Brock Bowers, 6'4", 240, out of Georgia. All right. One thing I've seen about him is Brock Bowers' good speed. Runs with fight after the catch, right? He gonna come and he gonna fight for extra yards, man. Good yak yards, man. He dangerous on slants, 3-level route runner. Shit, I put potential Hall of Famer. One of the probably the best looking films that I've seen on the tape that you can't even really look for a weakness. Now I did see some because I'm gonna look for something, but he's probably one of your most flawless prospects coming out. I said he damn near a wide receiver. And the cool thing about it is, even though he the best tight end, he's also probably the best blocking tight end that I've seen, other than somebody that we're gonna talk with later. He's probably about, from what I've seen, he at least top two. Top two. I'll probably say second though, from what I've seen, but definitely top two. Like I said, good blocker, comes out of his break smooth. He's a mismatch for linebackers and safeties. He even get carries, a playmaker. He was quick and get separation, which is key, especially today. A lot of people want to go ahead and pattern they want these tight ends after Antonio Gates, Kellen Winslow, Kelsey. They want these little tight little kiddos. They want stuff like that, right? He sticks his foot down on out routes and tearing their ass up, getting open, right? He adjusts his body for catches. He's a very good athlete. His game, though, is kind of like Kittle to a certain degree, that run after the catch. A lot of the times when I see him making plays, it was always catching a rock and then going to make a play after. He got a lot of run after the catch, man, when it comes out of his game. But here's one of my criticisms. I think his catch readiness should be a lot better than what it is. But that's my thing in regards to Mr. Bowers. Theo Johnson, 6'6", 260, Penn State. Looks to be probably a 2-level catcher. And if you don't know what I mean about 2-level, man, short and intermediate. He gonna find open holes in the zones and set there as a safety valve for the QB. I've seen that a lot. He did show a little run after the catch versus Ohio State. And he's a pretty solid mover for his size. He is a willing blocker. I looked at a little bit of senior bowl highlights because looking at the Senior Bowl, I didn't know who none of these cats was. But as I start looking at them, now I'm like, okay, let's go back and look at the Senior Bowl. I'm like, oh, okay, this is who I was watching. But he did give an effort at that Senior Bowl too against that good competition. Big target. He ran a good route with some quickness up the seam versus Michigan, if you wanted to check that out. He was used as an inline out wide, big target, red zone threat, showed ability to win quick off the line, which is also crucial. And he scored off of that, and that game was also against Michigan. Potential productive starter is what I noted. He does show the ability to get some separation through route running, solid lateral quickness. One thing about Jaheim Bell, we on to the next one. Jaheim Bell, 6'3", 239, Florida State University. Vertical threat, good speed, mismatch, line up in multiple spots. Good run after the catch. Show some playmaking ability. 3-level receiving threat. I put in, I guess, take a mini wide receiver. He's too slow to be a wide receiver, and he's too small to probably be a full-time tight end. He's one of them tweeners, right? He's a weapon in the seams. He breaks tackles, giving the ball in multiple ways and made plays when giving the ball multiple plays. He does need to improve as a blocker. That's probably one of his biggest knocks. I'm not even going to blame that on the size because there's plenty of blockers, plenty of wide receivers who going to block, right? Let's give an example. Noah Brown, that's smaller than him, and that's going to put effort in blocking. So I don't give a damn about what you talking about. Take your ass up in there and block. Quit being soft. A lot of these players, man, they soft. Let's be honest with you. Football right now is just soft. A lot of these players, soft as hell, including they blocking. Soft. But I also kind of questioned, you got consistent hands. I seen he dropped an easy one too versus LSU. I'm like, what's up with this? But he is a gadget player though. But he's probably he's gonna be one of the ones that teams is probably gonna overlook. Like, all right, what is he? He ain't got no full-time position though, but a weapon is a weapon. And he's shown that, in regards to his receiving threat, that he can't make some noise and he can't. And if you go ahead and get you a real offensive coordinator that can use him, he could probably be effective for you, right? You probably ain't gonna have him full time, but shoot, teams need as many weapons and playmakers as possible. So it'll be a travesty for somebody to not pick him up to give him a shot to see if he can translate. All right, AJ Barner, the probably 6'6", 251 out of Michigan, the best. He a transfer, the best blocking tight end that I've seen. This is the one where the Georgia tight end comes in second to. He shows attitude when blocking, right? You don't see that often, right? We don't see, but Harbaugh gonna make sure, right? And this is my thoughts and watching this man. Don't tell me this is another schoolmaker, right? Because we see some of the things. I believe last year we said that Schoolmaker was also probably the best blocking tight end in the class, right? And we seen how his first year was. And even though Schoolmaker looked to be a whole lot better as a receiving threat than him, I didn't see too much. I didn't see the utilization there, because especially in big games, because I watched him in big games. And in big games, he did perform, but he performed as a blocker. I'll probably only seen about 2 or 3 targets for him during the big games in the playoffs. We're talking about the Bama game, the Washington game. I only seen a couple targets, but he blocks well and gets movement off the line, which is good. You damn near another offensive lineman when you can do that, right? He a safety option, 2-level wide receiver, average acceleration. Just that's all I pretty much seen. A lot of the film that I watched with him was just him being a blocker, and he was a damn good one at that. But hopefully we don't have another Schoonmaker situation going on with this cat. But all right, the last one is Dallin Holker, 6'4", 235, Colorado State. Now, the film that I did watch with him is a little bit limited, but I was able to watch pretty much damn near every catch he had, and I was able to watch it in some game film as well, just not as many games as I used to go ahead and evaluate these other prospects. So take that how you going to go ahead and take it with the information that I'm about to give you. So Dallin Holker, because he's also that other dude. I don't know if he came out. I'm going to look for him, though. Horton, the wide receiver, though, because I liked him. And then watching him, he was making plays in his film session. I'm like, shit, hold up. I'm like, ain't he a senior too? But we're talking about the tight ends, man. But Dallin Holker, kind of crazy catch against Boise State. It was a game winner. So you know how toward the end of the game, you trying to throw it up, and then if they tip it, you rare. Hey man, the concentration, the focus that he had to catch that game winner, it was nice. He runs smooth route runner. He wins quick inside. And I seen, especially when I watched the Boise State film, he won quick inside, and he won quick all the time when it was time for him to release inside. So that's good. And that's key in winning quick like that, right? Because that's some of the things that we've seen with Theo from the Penn State tight end. We've seen some when them tight ends is able to win quick, especially for the inside release. More than likely, good things happen. And I've seen that quite often. Now, his quarterback wouldn't work the damn, but he was able to go ahead and make the most of it, though, because he had to make some good-ass catches with this weak-ass quarterback that he had, right? But, yeah, that's key for big-time situations. I thought that he had good acceleration. He had some solid run after the catch, even though his play speed, I see why people question his play speed, because sometimes it seemed like he just coasted. I think he needs to ramp it up some. I don't know what that was, if he just was discouraged or whatever the case may be, if that was on him. I know he could play faster because I've seen him move, but he need to do better with his play speed. He got good reflexes. He tries to block, even though it ain't the best, but he tries, right? It ain't like the Texas dude. He showed up in big time situation. He needs to get bigger. I seen he was out wide a lot though. He was out wide a lot, right? He a 3-level tight end, good catch radius, damn near great hands. Like I'm seeing him in the red zone making one hand catches. He making one hand catches during the field. He making some spectacular ass catches, man. Probably one of the better hands, him and Bowers, that I've seen. Like he make like he just and he do it effortlessly. He'll sit over there. He'll probably be eating a sandwich, and all of a sudden you throw a football. He like this. That's how good them hands was, man. Straight up. He does get up the field vertical. I believe he's an NFL starter from the film that I've seen. He's an NFL starter. He does get good separation. For somebody that don't go hit and have the play speed that he should have and has been knocked for that, he still gets good separation. So that tells me he still got it. And I think I seen he ran a 4.7, but don't nobody give a damn about no we care about play speed because there's some people that was fast, had faster play speed that ran a lower 40. And there's people that had average play speed and that ran a fast at 40. So we don't give a damn about no 40. We care about game speed. Game speed and 40 speed to me is different. And I'm pretty sure it's to everything else, right? And he ran a 4.7, and a 4.7 for the tight end is solid. I mean, we know these tight ends now is running 4.4, 4.5, 4.6 type thing, but so what? Can you get open, right? And one thing that I've seen with him is that he does get separation. He makes contested catches, and like I said, he ain't the best blocker, but he gets effort. I like him, right? Let me give you my top 5. Bowers, Jatavian Sanders, Holker, Theo Johnson, Jaheim Bill. Them was my 5 right there from what we looked at so far. Now let me go ahead and give you my stance on these tight ends. Now I know I done told y'all, and I told y'all before I watched these tight ends. Now I know I done told y'all like Dallas don't really need a tight end. They need to go ahead and give school. All right, but look. So we know that they drafted Schoolmaker in the second round, and that's probably going to impact what they do in regards to addressing this situation. I know they were relying on Stevens to come back, but that ain't a guarantee, right? Just because you was getting jiggy with it in preseason. Now we know that a lot of the times that go ahead and translates well, but you come off an injury. To me, there's a couple tight ends that I would look at. Now we know Bowers ain't gonna be there, right? But somebody like Holker later on, I will go ahead. I would entertain that. I honestly would. Let's go ahead and let me tell you why I would entertain that. Because one, we know that we have a quarterback that is not throwing an accurate deep ball. Like he probably done missed Brandon Cooks on about 4 or 5 TDs easily, right? I believe it was some big time games too. So we have a quarterback that is mainly based on being able to throw it to possession wide receivers and throw it to receiving threats that can win quick. Now, I always go ahead and go back to this situation. His best year throwing the ball to me, even still off the rip, off of this so-called fake-ass MVP year that he had, right? His best year was throwing it quick to Cole Beasley, to Jason Witten. Ain't even a 40 type of dude, right? So you need somebody that can win quick. So if we got a tight end right in front of him that can win quick, because he loved Jason Witten, he loved Cole Beasley, right? So if we got these players that can win quick, man, I would be more inclined to bring them in. Because look, if Dak Prescott, so you're drafting a player either for Dak Prescott, whether you bring a rookie in here, whether you bring Trey Lance up in here, or you just bring another vet up in here. All of them players can use another tight end that can make some plays. And I think if you double up that tight end, ain't nothing wrong with having a Gronkowski Hernandez type of situation. I'm not saying the tight end is going to be on that level, but ain't nothing wrong with having a Gronkowski Hernandez. Ain't nothing wrong with having a Delaney Walker and a Kittle, Delaney Walker and a Vernon Davis, right? It ain't nothing wrong with that, right? So I'm looking at them tight ends, and I'm looking at somebody like Holker. He'll probably. Somebody said that he was a 6-7 round. I honestly absolutely don't even believe that is the case. I would be kind of surprised, especially in the draft that is not so strong, and especially for some like they looking at who gives a damn about a 40, like because he's going to get bigger anyway. If you can get open, get open. That's what we pay for. We pay for you to get open, right? We ain't paying for you to go ahead and run a 4.3 40. We paying for you to get open. Right, there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of people who ran 4.34 440s that didn't pan out because they couldn't get open. So we paying money to get open. And from what I've seen with Holker, his catch radius is good. I'm seeing him with some of his inside releases, even though he didn't go against competition like the Alabama, somebody like that. And then I also seen it from Jatavian Sanders from Texas. I like him. He's a good tight end. He's just a soft-ass tight end with blocking wise, though, but receiving wise, you see the talent. Texas has some good talent this year, right? We looking at Texas and like, damn, they had 3 weapons on offense. No, 4 weapons on offense, including the running back. They had 2 wide receivers, the tight end, and the running back. You're like, damn, how did they not go farther? Oh, because of the quarterback. So no matter what you bring, weapon-wise, if the quarterback can't get, y'all know where I was getting at, but we ain't gonna go there. But they got some defensive prospects. So I'm like, damn, Texas was kind of solid this year, though. But yeah, man. I know I told y'all that I'll be kind of cool off a tight end. Now, I'm still cool off a tight end early, unless it's just somebody that you can't pass up. But if I'm in the mid rounds, if I'm in the day 3, and some of the players that I would like, in other positions is there ain't nothing wrong with going ahead and adding another weapon. Ain't nothing wrong with pulling the trigger on a Sanders, because I believe Sanders is a day 2 type of dude, right? So it ain't nothing wrong with Sanders. It ain't nothing wrong with a Holker, right? Anything else, not worth it to me. From what I've seen from the 8 that we just talked about. But that's my stance on that. Look at Buffalo. When they brought in Kincaid and they had Dawson Knox, right? And when they was missing some of their wide receivers, right? A lot of the money that you seen during the season, especially when it got cold, was what? Through the tight ends, Kincaid, right? Dawson Knox, especially in the red zone. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you need good red zone threats. How many red zone threats that the Dallas Cowboys had other than CeeDee Lamb? Right? Schoonmaker was supposed to be one. He wasn't that. Ferguson is cool. He could do it, though, but, right, he more of a in-between the 20s type of tight end, even though he can get you some love in the end zone. He's more of an in-betweenies type of tight end. Cooks is cool, but you don't really look at him as a red zone threat. Gallup was supposed to be one, but he wasn't that. Tolbert ain't that. So if that's the case, why not go add you another red zone threat, right? Or why not in the 5th or 6th round, you go get you a Jaheim Bell or something like that, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And ain't nothing wrong with adding weapons, even if they got 4 times. You want to go ahead and pay a hybrid type of player, probably what, $200 million on the defensive side. So how the hell you don't want to go ahead and play a hybrid that can make some plays for you on the offensive side? We got to make that make sense, y'all, because it don't if they don't decide to do that. So we looking at the thing where we need a brace for the future. You need to build this team, whether Dak is here or whether Dak is not here. So I would build this team. I will focus on how I'm going to build this team as if a rookie quarterback was in this mug. So what do I need? I need to worry about my run game. I need to worry about some safety valves. I need to worry about that offensive line. And I need to worry about us not being soft on the defensive side. Hold on real quick. Let me look at that real quick. Give me a second. Make sure my thing. Got it. What's going on? Oh, he didn't even see. That's why I got to go to the phone and look at y'all stuff, because it don't even be showing up on my thing. That's crazy. Doomsday. That hard Texas fan here. Watch. Yeah. I like Sanders. I think I got Sanders as number 2. I got Sanders as number 2. Shout out to Doomsday. Shout out to the King. Shout out to Lope. He talented. And look, just grab football players and go with it as you've seen. I mean, we seeing how the Dallas Cowboys is cheap. But one thing that I'm seeing, right? This is the thing with the Dallas Cowboys, right? Here's my thing. They'll go get Pro Bowl players all day, but this the thing. They don't get the right Pro Bowl players, though. That matters. The right mentality, the right fit to what you got, to what you need, to, you know what I mean? If people saying like, all right, that need this, that need that. Well, shoot, you know what I mean? Get the right Pro Bowl players. And that ain't even necessarily on the offensive side as well, too. On the defensive side, too. Because they talking about all these Pro Bowl players that we got on the defense side, though, but evidently they ain't the right Pro Bowl players, though. You know? Get the right Pro Bowl players. And then we can go ahead and do some damage. Get the right fit. And then we can do some damage. Now, granted, if we're talking about we got this so-called MVP candidate at quarterback, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say this again. The talent that you had last year, I mean, if you didn't have talent, then how the hell did he get to an MVP type level? It wasn't because he was making plays, because he had some talent. I mean, you had CD, you had Cooks, you supposed to have Gallup, you had Tony Pollard, who, even though he wasn't running the ball, he was a receiving threat. You had 5 Pro Bowlers on your offensive line. You had 5. The best part of them, it wasn't run blocking, it was pass blocking, and you had time at that. You had Ferguson. I mean, CD. I mean, how the hell, and this is what we get done with? I'm just saying, he had the weapons. No matter what, he had the weapons. Just ain't get it done. Now, like I said, if I'm going off of the weapons to get the weapons on Thursday, on Friday, and on Saturday, which I can't wait, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't wait. Shoot, man. Tight end. Look, there ain't no position that I wouldn't consider drafting other than probably defensive end. I wouldn't, unless the one is there, there's no position that I wouldn't worry that every position is on the table, even safety, especially if you come across one of them safeties that can go ahead and cover. That's more of your free safety type, more of your center fielder type. They're not out the window too, because how many center fielders that you have? Malik Hooker? Can you rely on Malik Hooker for the future? No. How many other center fielders do you have? You got a whole lot of box safeties. You got a whole lot of tweeners. So, I think they're going to follow SOP and draft all injured players. Jonathan Brooks. You know what? I seen that. Who said that this morning? Fish. Yeah, look. Yeah. Darius Robinson, man. That's one of my 4 that the Dallas Cowboys stopped in that first round. That's one of my 4. Yes, I'm glad you see that too, because people are looking at it from a DN perspective. When I watched him, okay, yeah, I acknowledge that you're playing defensive end, but I'm looking at you through a lens as a D tackle. And what I seen potential Pro Bowler there. If I'm being honest there. Like, if he doing it damage, getting 8 sacks at the defensive end level in the SEC, come on, man. Y'all know, man. Hey, look. When we start getting on these boards and we like, all right, who you rolling with? Darius. Say, for instance, we get to a point and we like Darius. We got Darius Robinson there. We got Guyton there. Let me give you one more. Let's say Powers, Johnson, whatever, right? I'm going to sit over there and tell you, as much as I may like Guyton in there, I'm going to sit over there and go on the fence and tell you Darius Robinson. I'm going to tell you Darius Robinson. I'm living and dying with that. And because he a tweener, he might drop a little bit. Because they might think like, oh, is he a defensive end? Hey, look, like I tell people day in and day out, these so-called professionals is not professionals. I can assure you that. They are not professionals. They are not. You know, and they're gonna leave a whole lot of meat on that bone. And when the last time the Dallas Cowboys had a game wrecking interior player? What? Maybe since Jay Ratliff? Maybe since Big Jay Ratliff or something? What you think of Bowers going to the Jets over at Doomsday going to the Jets? That'll be the smarter pick for the Jets to go with Bowers. That'll be the smarter pick. Now, I know he a tight end. People are like, do you draft a tight end? Hell yeah, you draft a tight end that high, especially with somebody like Bowers. Bowers is damn near a future Hall of Famer. I pray to the football gods they don't pull the trigger on Patrick Wilson. Double digit series plus he saw. I don't think I looked at Patrick Wilson. You talking about the linebacker? That's what you talking about? The linebacker? Yeah, man. What's his name? Oh, Peyton? Yeah. Man, look. If the Dallas Cowboys drafted Peyton Wilson, I'm with you on that. If they drafted Peyton Wilson, I'm sick. All this Will McClay stuff that they hear, I'm sick. I wouldn't feel it. Yeah. I figure, yeah. I figure what you were saying. Hell no. He's trash to me. When we did our linebackers, he wasn't even in my top 5. I had Jalen Ford in my top 5. He is trash. And when I be seeing like Brian Baldinger and all these other people talk about him, I'm like, what the hell are you looking at? You know, everybody's enamored with these big plays. That's exactly why we look at the tape. I don't care about no highlight. I don't care because you run hella fast. I don't care because you was able to get it. Okay, cool. That don't mean you're a good football player, though. I'm drafting you to be a linebacker. And what? Let me give you the game. Look at the Notre Dame game. If you want to know about Peyton Willis, look at the Notre Dame. I believe I still remember the game. Look at the Notre Dame game. And you tell me if that's a linebacker that if he wasn't hurt, that he would be worth a first or second round pick. Absolutely not. And I'm disappointed with Baldinger, all these other so-called professionals to sit over there and be hyping up Peyton Willis when you got that boy Eichenberg, who was the best linebacker, ready to go. You ain't hearing nothing about Eichenberg the whole year. Now, granted, I didn't watch no TV. I don't watch TV, so I haven't been watching the ESPN breakdowns, but I'm on social media, and I'm seeing who they talk about. And I've been seeing a whole lot of Peyton Wilson. Why they enamored with him? I think they just enamored with him because he got a little size. He can run fast. That don't mean nothing. Can you play football? And I didn't see, like I said, Peyton Willis, he's a more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. You want him going forward, probably rushing. You want to develop him as a rusher and seeing what you can get from there. If TJ Watt can go ahead and have success, your best bet is probably making him a 3-4 linebacker. Outside, not inside. Definitely not a 4-3 linebacker. Definitely none of that. I'm telling y'all, they're going to find out. Because I don't know what the hell these so-called scouts watching. I don't know what the hell Baldwin they're watching. I even think I've seen Brian Broaddus. I don't know what the hell you watching. Or any other Cowboy content creator that keep being on the fence. Peyton Woods, I don't know what the hell you watching because we sure ain't watching the same tape. We is not watching the same tape for you to be talking about Peyton Willis. I don't see it. I don't. I'm good with O-line, any position, and D-line, any position. Yeah, they're going to have to address both. Yeah, King, they're going to have to address both. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that statement. I definitely agree with that statement. Building for the future, building for somebody that possibly could be young and inexperienced to take over for the Dallas Cowboys. I keep hearing people talk about, oh my God, do you want to go ahead? Ford took you to 12 games. Ford took me to first round ass whoopings too. Ford been taking me to first round ass whoopings too. Ford ain't never even took me to an NFC championship game, but but people got the nerve to compare this man to Drew Brees and Peyton Manning. Come on now. This man going on what, year 9 or something? Year 9, and we still talking about what he ain't done yet? Come on. I think I think Kirk Cousins probably might end up doing more damage than what he gonna do. Like it's just come a point in time. It's like, all right, they want to talk about same draft class. All right, cool. Let's look at Jared Goff. Jared Goff was in the same draft class as you were. Jared, I don't give a damn where you get drafted. It don't matter. Like you say, like people say, it don't matter where you get drafted at when you get drafted. All right, bet. Cool. So with that being the case, right? Jared Goff has went to 2 NFC championships with 2 different teams. And the reason why they lost to the Niners, it wasn't because of his fault. I can assure you that. He really should have beat the Niners. He really should have been in another Super Bowl. Win or loss, he's been to a Super Bowl. Let's not remember a backup quarterback for Philly took him to the Super Bowl, Nick Foles. Let's not forget, we talk about people want to go ahead and knock on Jalen Hurts took Philly to a Super Bowl. That's what people not talking about. Baker Mayfield got into the Tampa position. Had a very good year. So when people want to make cases for weapons, talent, situation, they can't make that for Dak. Has Dak ever had the best running back in the NFL? Absolutely. With Ezekiel Elliott at one point in time. Has Dak Prescott ever had a number 1 wide receiver? He's had about 2 or 3 different ones. Has Dak Prescott ever had a great offensive line? Yes, on more than one occasion. Absolutely he has. And what the hell has he done? Nothing. So how great could you come on now? I'm looking at CJ Stroud won 1 playoff game in his rookie year. I'm looking at Love in his first opportunity. Beat your ass. And then give the Niners, take them to the wire. Something that you couldn't even do. I'm just saying, y'all. I'd rather us get to the heart of the issue. And we know now, like when people keep saying, like, it ain't just that. I mean, we know that though. We watching the games just like you are. But y'all keep saying, but other people, I'm not saying y'all, but other people keep saying, oh, just give Dak this. Give Dak what? What are we going to give him? Well, we can give him the 12 disciples. We can give him Jesus, and he still ain't gonna go ahead and get us to the Super Bowl. How the hell? Like, come on! Like, when people gonna wake up? Even Joe Flacco around this time didn't he go ahead and go get hot and took Baltimore? So it's like, come on, man. We got Trent Dilfer getting to one. We got all these bum ass quarterbacks, man, that's doing more than what a so-called MVP. If I got an MVP candidate, right? Let's just be here. This how I'm telling y'all this is so watered down. If I got an MVP candidate, then my MVP, let's be honest, I don't need an MVP candidate to go here. We should be allocating our resources more to the defense then, because we have an MVP candidate here. He don't need much. He should be able to do it less. So why we gotta go ahead and give him more so he could be an MVP candidate? If he's an MVP candidate, he should be able to do it with less. If he really that boy, if he really him, that's what other great quarterbacks do. You don't see Mahomes is an MVP candidate. Mahomes is an MVP. That man out here winning Super Bowls with Valdez Scantling, rookie wide receivers, Mecole Hardman. They said he wouldn't be nothing without Tyreek Hill. Oh, what he gonna do? Win another bowl. So something ain't going on. Something ain't right. Because no matter how good your coaching is, the players still got to play and perform. And we ain't trying to hear it because we had a horrible offensive coordinator, and we know it. And his name is Scott Linehan. And what did they do? They were still able to go far in his younger years with Scott Linehan. That's what people ain't realizing, though. We had a horrible offensive coordinator, Scott Linehan. Evidently, it didn't matter because we still went and was able to see the Rams. So what does that say? Players play, coaches coach. Players make the coaches look good at times, and coaches make the players look good at times. It all go hand in hand. But at what point in time does that player go ahead and take initiative and to go make a play? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm tired of making excuses for people. You know what I mean? Even though I never did it, though, but I'm tired of hearing the excuses that people is giving them. I ain't trying to hear that. Play ball. I'm paying you $60 million. I really shouldn't be having to give you what I need now because I'm giving you $60 million. If I'm giving you $60 million, that means I'm entrusting that you are the one, like Jet Li, and you're gonna go ahead and make plays. So I can go ahead and allocate resources to go ahead and get a good defense, to go get a Baltimore Ravens defense. Like if we got this so-called good-ass quarterback, MVP quarterback, then this draft should be nothing but defense and fixing up the offensive line. We ain't worried about no weapons because you should be able to make Tolbert better. You got CD, and you got Cooks another year. You got Ferguson. That's enough. Aaron Rodgers didn't complain about that when he was throwing to weak ass what's his name? Alan Lazard. Like, come on, Alan Lazard running 5.3 40. And he out here making that man go get 1,000 yards. Come on, man. Come on. Alan Lazard running 5.3 40. And Aaron Rodgers making him good. Come on. Make somebody better. Is all we asking. Make somebody better. Do what you're gonna do. What a real MVP gonna do. I'm glad they didn't get that man a contract. Shit, earn it. Show us. Hey, I seen that low. I seen that low. Romo still think about that. Man, they should have went on ahead and gave me back the rings, man, when I got healthy. He still. I'm one of the ones that said that they should have gave Romo back that opportunity too. I'll be honest with you. When I go back, because I think about that sometime, right? I don't think Romo. You think a competitor like Romo's gonna really be like, and he know in his ending years, you know what? I believe Dak is a better man for the team. Hell no. You know that Dak gonna be that dude. He gonna take over after you're done. Then you ain't got to worry about quarterback because you confident. But you're trying to win right now. And that was probably one of the dumbest decisions that coach and Jerry Jones can go ahead and co-sign to not go ahead and give Romo the opportunity to go ahead and give us what we needed, what we could have possibly had with a running back like Ezekiel Elliott and that offensive line. Come on, man. Damn, man. I still think about that stuff, man. That's crazy. You know, when they talk about Dez caught it, okay, cool. When they talking about Jared Cook caught it, cool. But what does Dak Prescott catch when it's time for playoff ball? That's what we trying to figure out. That's what we trying to understand. What the hell does he watch? What the hell does he catch? We trying to win games here. We trying to go far. Like, I don't give a damn who we have. Right? Now, we can know, like I said, we're about to find out what this team is going to be coming into this year. We're going to find out. We're going to find out this week. Because if they're going to make a trade, they're going to have to make a trade. If they're going to go ahead and in this draft and this trade, I'm pretty sure, look, if this team going to do anything, they're going to have to make a trade. They're going to have to. They're going to have to make a trade. They're going to have to. Who you gonna bring in here? That's the main question at hand that we got. Who you gonna bring in here? Are you serious about winning? Because we're gonna find out. Because you ain't gotta go ahead and wait for destruction to go ahead and get rid of Dak. Shit, you could have did that. You could have been did that. You could do that now. You ain't gotta wait for destruction to get rid of Dak. You ain't gotta wait for an excuse to get rid of Dak. You got 8 to 9 years of excuses to get rid of him. And they said Jerry about making money anyway. Cool. So if you go ahead and make this decision to really go all in and possibly change your quarterback situation to acquire more, then I mean, how all in is you showing? You showing that the current conditions of this team, the current makeup of his team is unacceptable from a Cowboy point of view. So, okay, then what? I'm going to fix it. The Philadelphia Eagles have went through a few quarterbacks and had 2 of them go to the Super Bowl. 2 of them. How the hell does the Philadelphia Eagles get to 2 Super Bowls with the so-called cap that people be crying about? And we can't even get to an NFC championship. I don't give a damn about no division winning. I don't care about no division crown. There's like 2 more spots. There's like a spot or 2 more in the playoffs. So making the playoffs every year should damn near be easy, if we're being honest. So it's time to go ahead and do something about it. I can't wait for Thursday. I can't wait for Friday. And I can't wait for Saturday. We're going to be right here. We're going to be right here talking about it. We're going to be doing draft. We're doing our draft party. We're going to talk our stuff. We're going to do our draft party. I'm going to get up in the lab. I'm going to look at a few more prospects. But we're going to do our draft party. We here. It's over now. It's what it is now. You know, it's put up or shut up. You know, quite frankly, I would like to see the Dallas Cowboys, if a couple of these players that we would like to have at that spot, if they ain't there, I would like for them to trade back. If them 3-4 players that I believe is first round worthy for the Dallas Cowboys, if they're not there, I would like for the Dallas Cowboys to trade back and acquire a whole lot more pick shit. God damn it, trade the number 30 if you can. Shoot. Trade 4-5 spots. It don't matter. You know? So unless you trade up to go get my boy Darius Robinson or something, then we talking, then we cooking. Because in all reality, let me tell you something about this roster real quick, right? In all reality, you just missing a couple impact players in certain positions, right? One thing this team that'll go ahead and get this team, or at least help get this team over the hump, is a 3-tech that's going to make plays. Why you think the Kansas City Chiefs keep going ahead and make sure that Chris Jones come back every year? Because players like Chris Jones doesn't come on trees. They don't come every often. So if you got a player that can possibly make that type of impact for your team, you know what that can do for a team? You know what Darius Robinson could do for a team? You know what having inside pressure, especially if you're going to try to pay number 11, that 3-tech, right? That Jeffrey Simmons, that Chris Jones, that Aaron Donald type, that Derek Brown type, all them types really make a difference. Why do you think the Panthers didn't want to let go of Derek Brown? Because they understand, like impact players like him doesn't grow on trees. Aaron Donald, they're gonna make sure they pay because impact players like that doesn't grow on trees. Look at them Super Bowl winners. They have an inside. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Who did they got? Chris Jones in the inside at 3-tech, wrecking stuff. What did the Rams have to win their Super Bowl and go twice with them? Aaron Donald, wrecking stuff. So if you can potentially get a wrecking ball at 3-tech, that'll do it for you. And then that'll allow you to have flexibility in the future to do other things. See, you don't think that Chris Jones is helping the Kansas City Chiefs with their flexibility and roster moves? They know that, hey, regardless of my defense, if I got Chris Jones right here, we're gonna be good. And the Super Bowls back it up. You got a three tech that can rush on the outside. You got a three tech that can rush on the inside. Sounds like another three. Sounds like another three tech from Missouri. If I got that card, I'm putting that card. Darius Robinson. That's who I'm rolling with. I know that we ain't look. I know that we ain't seen much from him at three tech, but I watched him. I especially watched him go against some of these prospects, like the Kansas State prospect. BB, he whooped him clean and easy at that three tech position. The athleticism he couldn't handle. He whooped Cooper B. I see him on other. I believe it was against the Tennessee Volunteers. He had a couple three tech rushes, easy wins. Go ahead and add a little something on him. Add a little more beef on him and get him ready and get him going. He don't need to be that big. It's probably about 10, 15 on him. He don't need to be that big. Let him go. Go get it. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. How do you feel about trading key players number 1188? I wouldn't want to trade number 88, but I definitely will want to trade number 11. I think if you trade number 11, I think especially at this point in time, I think you can get so much value for him and build your team up and change your franchise forever if you make the right decisions. A number 11 ain't gonna be nothing anyway. He just gonna be a whole bunch of stat padding games when he go against trash ass teams, and he gonna always go ahead and fold and talk your way into nothing. He's just an athletic. He's a hybrid player. I'm not paying $200 million for a hybrid player. That when I say, what is your position? I don't have one. Why? Are you a defensive end? No. Are you a linebacker? No. I'm just a hybrid player. From game to game, my assignment is going to change. No, 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 no. How many the Super Bowl winners? Who do they have? Players that have a position. Is Chris Jones a hybrid player? No. We know he's a three tech. Is Aaron Jones a hybrid player? No. Aaron Donald? No. He's a three tech that can play other spots but has a home. And that's a home that can go ahead and thrive if he stays home. I shouldn't have to find if you this great player, even if you own the opponent's best player, it should still be barbecue chicken. It should still be barbecue chicken. But you got to remember, they want to pay $200 for a player that got his ass whooped by Zach Tom. And I asked Cowboy Nation again, who the hell is Zach Tom? I don't remember ever hearing about Zach Tom ever this year. I don't know who the hell Zach Tom was till we go ahead and look at that. We're going to play the Green Bay Packers. But here we go. You got your ass whooped by Zach Tom. I'm going to let that sit. So when they want to go ahead and pay $200, if I'm Will McClay and them, I'm going to put on that Packer film. And I'm going to say, how did he do against Zach Tom? Shoot. How did he do against Trent Williams? Shoot. How does he show up in big games? I mean, we know how Chris Jones show up in big games. And we know how Aaron Donald shows up in big games. Wow. And we're going to pay him the richest contract for a defender? Not me. Hell no. CD, even though there's a couple of things that we kind of a little disappointed in with CD, you don't want to lose CD. You don't want to try to groom in another wide receiver. You want to keep CD. You pay CD and let him go ahead and develop. Once CD gonna get into the trap of trying to be something he not as a leader. CD, just show and prove. Show and prove. You're not the talker. You're not Dez Bryant. You're not Michael Irvin. You're not outgoing like that. You be you. Just make plays. I don't care about you being a vocal leader. That's not even in your character. What are you gonna say when it's time to go ahead and we in the NFC Championship and you gonna give a pregame speech? Can we feel that? Probably not. So they'll go ahead and give it to somebody else that we can feel it. You just lead by example and just make plays. I know CD right there gonna make a play. And CD has made a whole bunch of plays in the bigger type of games that we've seen. this year. I mean, shoot, that little 90, what, that 95-yard TD, that's huge. He's one of the better. He was up there in yardage with Tyreek Hill. All he gonna do is just continue to get better. Just make sure that you eliminate them concentration drops and you quit throwing a little fit. Quit throwing that little girl fit. Just play ball. You know? If you say give me the damn ball, it ain't no crime in you saying give me the ball. Dez Bryant did it and Terrell Owens did it. There's no crime in you saying give me the damn ball. Matter of fact, I want you to tell Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott to give you the goddamn ball. There's no crime in that. I want you to speak up if you feel some type of way. Be like, man, you know what? You see that 3rd and 10 that we didn't convert? If you would have gave me the goddamn ball, we would have converted it. I don't have a problem with you saying that. I mean, Jason Witten did, but that's another content. That's another video for another day. But when you get over here trying to be something you're not as a leader, then that's what's going to be an issue. And you ain't going to have the time to really be yourself. Michael Parsons is definitely not that. I mean, he can't even say the right things in the media. He can't. I mean, Tank, we know he not that shit. This man said he was tired. You know, like what? You were tired? Yeah. DJ Chark can replace Gallup. I definitely think that at minimum, he can at least produce what Gallup did. DJ Chark gotta be an interesting pickup. It don't really move the needle for me, but that's like an okay pickup, you know. I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. Shoot, and who knows? I mean, DJ Chark in the Mike McCarthy offense, he might have probably one of the best years of his career. You know, that's also when they say that Dak ain't had no good coach. When clearly Mike McCarthy then made Dak to his best year since his rookie year. So something ain't going on. Mike McCarthy ain't had no running game, but Dak had an MVP type year. But they say this, Mike, it ain't like Mike ain't got nothing to do with that. Stop it. Mike went on ahead and said, "Hey, what do you do good, Dak? Okay, let's go ahead and continue to do that, and let's build upon that." I mean, Jason Garrett clapping ass didn't do that. Kellen Moore, big nose ass didn't do that. So, you know, they got to give more credit to Mike McCarthy now when it come down to him doing what he's supposed to put his foot down as the offensive, the head coach. I mean, that's probably another story, but you know, one thing's for sure, just like what the Miami Dolphins coach doing, he putting his players in position. So, you know, I think the scheme could probably get DJ Chark some love. So, especially if they don't pull the trigger in the draft, and I mean, if they wanted to pull a trigger in the draft, I mean, they have the wide receiver room to do that, right? Tolbert is what he's probably the youngest one, or Turpin, and they all supposed to be vets now. What, Tolbert 3rd year? Turpin has been in what? This could be his 2nd year or something like that. So, and plus Turpin is just more of just a playmaker in general as far as a return man. Kind of like some cribs, like what you would do with Hester or Cribs is what he probably need to do. I think Mike need to do better in giving him the rock too. Like, you know, because you see that, you know, it's crazy because the Jaguars returner, I forgot his name though, but you see they gave him creative ways to get the ball offense, and he suck as a wide receiver, but they find creative ways to give him the rock. I think they need to do that with Turpin. But yeah, Chart, I say I say yeah, I'll be with that because you never know. To be honest with you, I think. But here's my thing, right? I think if they brought somebody like Chark in, I think he might override Tolbert because y'all remember when we watched Tolbert. For those of y'all who've been with me for a while, I wasn't really too high on Tolbert. I said, you know, the most I've probably seen from Tolbert was like maybe a number 2 at best, maybe, but more in the 3 range. I was like, I said I did see some Terrence Williams in him. So if we could get Terrence Williams out of him, that'll be a excellent pick. But right now, I mean, shoot, it's got to be Tolbert. I mean, you know what's so cold about it? I keep hearing that they said that Gallup said that Tober was going to take his spot. How are you a 12, $13 million man who was supposed to be the man damn near at one point in time to say that you're going to allow this fourth, fifth round pick to take your spot? The Dallas Cowboys can't afford for Tolbert to not give them at least number 3 wide receiver production this year. They can't afford that this year. They can't. He has to be, who the player that I forgot his name that went to Miami. Damn, I forgot his name though, but he was with us before the Tolbert. He needs to at least produce like that, right? Every game ain't gonna be your game, but when it's time for it to be your game, you need to make plays. So if Tolbert can at least give us number 3 wide receiver production, I'm fine with that. I didn't expect it to be. I don't expect for you to be that boy, but if he can at least give me number 3 production, I'm cool with that. We good. We good. He won't hear a peep out of me. But if I start seeing that Gallup in him, then Dallas, we got a problem. We got a big problem because it's my thing though with Cooks, right? A lot of the times it really wasn't Cooks, even though there was some times he could say what they want to say, but there was times I see his ass jogging on routes too. There was times where I seen him getting his ass beasting on routes too. We can go back to that Green Bay game on how his fight was there, but Dak don't know how to give him the ball, right? When he's been going against these other, when they talk about the other the great quarterbacks he went, they knew how to give him the ball. They know how to give him the ball quick, or they know how to give him the ball to put it in where he can use that deep speed. Now I know he don't run like he did back in the day, but he can still run. And Cooks has definitely been open for he at least was missed by at least 3 touchdowns in the seam route. And I believe one was the Miami game too. And I believe it was back-to-back games too. Matter of fact, if it could have been one for Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, too. But he was getting missed in the seams a lot. So that tells me he's still getting open. He's still using, you know what I mean, his vet savvy and route running to get open. But Dak Prescott just don't have the ability to really put it on the money and really give him the ball the way that he should. Because in all reality, especially with CeeDee Lamb getting the attention that he do, Cook should be cooking. He should be cooking. He played enough games to go ahead and give us the production that we want. Because that was one thing that we was kind of concerned about him and Gilmore. Is you going to be available? He was available enough. He should have cooked a whole lot more. I believe that he was missed on about 3-4 touchdowns. I don't think your quarterback can really go ahead and place that ball on the money deep wise on a consistent basis. I mean, that's what we've been seeing actually throughout his career. If I'm being candid, that's why I always mention. I think it'd be best for him to have somebody that went quick and have a possession wide receiver. So if there was a go somewhere like a McConkey from Georgia, I think that'll be a perfect fit for Dak Prescott. It may not be a perfect fit for maybe Trey Lance because he might need something a little different. Maybe, I don't know. But if they trying to go ahead and bring people in for what's his name? Dak, then I think somebody like McConkey or something like that. Maybe even a Drake Stoops, even though his play speed can also be a concern, but he's that type of dude though. But I think McConkey will probably be a little bit better in regards to him working that inside and winning quick and running good routes. That's what we missing. That when can you win short? Can you win quick? Can you win right out the line in that slot? And I think if the Dallas Cowboys had that, the Dallas Cowboys would really, really be improved. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not too much. I think what the Dallas Cowboys need to focus on is the right fit in this draft. Just having the right fit, the right weapon. Not just as this talented dude, but is he the right fit? Is he really what we need, right? Darius Robertson is really what we need. Don't just get a deep tackle just cuz, right? Right? Even though I'm telling y'all right off the rip, in that 4th round, 5th round, that LSU D tackle, that big boy, I like him. He's strong. I like him. And I seen the Dallas Cowboys brought him in for a visit. So I guess we're seeing eye to eye on that. And I believe I seen Darius Robinson was brought in, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we seeing things at this point or a time in the interior on the same level, which I hope. Which I hope. But yeah, but the Dallas Cowboys do though, ladies and gentlemen, they do need to bring another wide receiver in though. They do. They do. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be high. It doesn't have to be high, but they need to bring him in. Oh, Dak, 50 years old, man. Back in Louisiana, like, oh, man, I still gotta go ahead, man, and take them Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. Oh my God. He just ain't it, man. He just ain't it. And the cool thing about it is, hey, Lo, we've been more than fair with this man. We didn't try to get this man the benefit of the doubt. Uh, we try to do everything. Like we know what he gonna do during the season. That's not what we tripping on. We tripping on when that real defense start coming in, when they really, really start scheming for you, and not being vanilla, and really just scheme to take away that first read. What you do, and that's why we call him Run Read Dak. When it comes down to seeing the field the way he's supposed to, he don't see that. Now, granted, a lot of these quarterbacks don't. A lot of these quarterbacks don't. But they also bring something else to the table, though. Right? Josh Allen don't see the field, but Josh Allen gonna run 10, 12 times, though. Lamar Jackson don't see the field the way he's supposed, but Lamar Jackson is explosive with his running, though. And we got this mobile quarterback who just keep thinking that he's a pocket quarterback. No, they got to stop. If they want to go ahead and really get the most, what did Dak do? Dak ran more his rookie year, I think, than anything else. If I'm not mistaken, Dak need to run the ball. We need to bootleg Dak. Have Dak throw on a run. Have Dak RPO. Man, put read option with Dak. Man, quit sitting over there babying Dak. I don't give a damn if Dak quit babying his ass and really go ahead and just put him out there. Put him out there. But I'm excited though to see this preseason though. I really want to have a question. Uh, is Trey Lance it or is he not it? Because if that boy Trey Lance get to playing some ball, oh y'all ain't gonna hear the last of me when I come down to that quarterback. If that boy Trey Lance get up in there and start throwing that ball, if that boy take off about 30, 40 yards, I'm gonna be like that boy sit over there throw them bombs. Right? I think with Trey Lance though, I want to see him because I've been seeing some videos. I've been seeing that ball kind of low. I want to see him put it up a little bit more though, because he be having it kind of low. And then when he try to go ahead and throw it, it's like an extra little second that he try to release the ball. So I would like for Mike McCarthy to get on this man this preseason and have him have the habit of having that ball up just a little bit higher. That's my beef with Trey right now. Just having the ball up just a little bit higher. You know, it's kind of too low for me right now when I be seeing you in them highlight videos though. But if we judging off highlight videos, his highlight video is definitely better than Dak Prescott's though. It's definitely better than Dak Prescott's. But yeah, man, I'm just ready. Yeah, I'm excited for this draft. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just excited for the draft in general. I don't know what to expect. There's always some, but y'all know, man, we had fun last year. We definitely gonna be back in it. You know, uh, it looked like y'all hear me pretty good with no static. So, I think y'all hear me a lot better than last time. So we got the mic, we got the picture better. Shit, man, we ready to go, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this. I'm, I'm ready. And trust and believe. Um, if the Dallas Cowboys mess up this pick, man, parents, if you listen to it with the kids, you might want to mute it for about 20, 30 seconds. You might want to mute it for about 20, 30 seconds and think like, all right, you good. Because man, they can't afford to mess up this drive, y'all. They can't afford to mess up this drive. But anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here and probably get to going and watching some of these prospects, man, and letting y'all know so we can be prepared for day 2 and 3. But as mentioned before, man, in the comment section, if there's somebody that you would like for me to draft that I haven't covered, go ahead, put it in there. But all right, y'all, till the next time. See y'all soon.